Welcome to your fairy blessings. Those of you who followed me from Keen, thank you so much for joining me for this content. I did want to go ahead and let y'all know that there will be content posted. I don't know if some of you checked your emails in terms of my fall preview menu on Keen, but I will have the links for all of those products from that email down in the description box below. So just FYI, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for your Psychic Oracle Fae Blessings card. Now, this is just a blessing for what you can use from the Fae realm in the present to help you in this month. I only pull about 2 to 3 cards, so this isn't a full and personal reading. If you would like a 3 free-minute reading and you want to become a new Keen client, definitely email me down in the description box below. Send me an email, say 3 free minutes, and then put in the in the subject chat or phone call, and I will send you the link because I haven't set it up yet. So I'm getting a list going of everybody who wants a free session. So please email me there. And I will have, because I've been working on all the content. So I have a Romance Oracles reading. The video content link is already going to be posted down in the description box below. A general read for September already down in the description box below. A full moon read. Now, I did differentiate two. I did 2 full moon readings, one solely for Virgo and one solely for everybody else, for the collective. And I did a video for Mercury retrogrades, best practices in Virgo. Okay, guys, so I have been a busy gal. I have been extremely busy. And I'd rather be busy now and do all this now than wait for the retrograde to come and then I can't really capitalize. You know what I'm saying? So, in Sagittarius, I'm just going to let you know, it has been thundering over my house all dang day. Even though it's sunny, there has been thunder, like gentle thunder, over my house for the last, the whole afternoon. And I'm just like, oh, it's Jupiter saying hello. Or I work with Thor too. So I'm like, oh, there's Thor, But let's go ahead and look into your Fae blessings. Let's see what is coming through. And if you would like to leave me a tip, you may do so. I believe Keen lets you guys leave me tips too. So just FYI. Because this is free content. So just a second here. Let's go ahead and see for Sagittarius what is coming through. Or, what do you hear that? You heard that, right? Like the thunder. Show me for Sagittarius, my beautiful Seelie Fae beings and court. What is coming through for Sagittarius for September 2022? Oh, a blessing of Awen. Oh my God, I love this card. We're getting into it. We're going to get into it in just a second. I got to pull one more. Wow. Hold on. This one came out for Scorpio. I'll take this one because this one came out for Scorpio. So if you, it's like the 12th house for you anyway. So I'll go ahead and pull it, but this should realistically actually be like this. Look at all those colors. Oh my God, I love them. Okay, so here's what I have for you guys in terms of your 12th house of Scorpio. And the reason I pulled this card is, like I said, this came out for Scorpio for their reading, but it came out at the end. So that kind of tells me whatever lessons they learn is going to be interconnected to your sign. And it has to do with stability and grounding. So you guys are actually starting off the month kind of great, actually, Sagittarius, because while there's Mercury in retrograde, you have stability that you're seeking, that you give wisdom to everybody else. And you bring this beautiful, passionate fire, but yet I hardly ever see that reflected back to you in terms of grounding. And so you actually have that this month, which I love to see. It's such a great way to start the month off. So that's kind of really, it's that simple, because for Scorpio, it was they have to gain serenity. I feel like you already have that. You already have your eye on the prize, Sag. I don't have to go through the whole talk of let's do this to gain our stability, because the next card I have is a blessing of Eowyn, which this card is so gorgeous. So this deck is actually the artwork is by Amy Brown. I'm a huge Amy Brown fan for those people who are new to the fairy realm. I love the fairies. I've always loved them, even as a child, but her artwork is something I just so resonate with. And I don't know why she's the only one that I really gravitate towards in terms of the Fae world. And so this was actually a print that came out a couple of years ago. I want to say in like the mid, 2010, 2015, maybe a little bit further back, but the blessing of Aowen is about the birth of creation and coming from a purity type of creation energy. And it's like Sag, the retrograde, in terms of it hitting you, your blessings are more or less almost doing this to the retrograde. It's like it's navigating it away in terms of the negatives that usually comes with it. So that's actually kind of nice. Now that doesn't mean you still won't completely circumvent it, but it does mean that you will be able to kind of come to a space where it's not affecting you as much. And normally Mercury retrograde shouldn't affect Sagittarians very much. I'm a Scorpio Sagittarian cusp. So whenever Mercury goes retrograde, he likes to mess with my throat or my voice or my money. But it's like almost a like kind of distractive energy, not so much bad in terms of like how it can affect other people. But for you, Sagittarius, it's not even a distraction. It's like even if Mercury were to send you a distraction this month, you've got this beautiful Fae blessing here to turn that distraction into a blessing and into something new and creative. So it's like it's almost like you're getting the best of Mercury retrograde. Also, the blessing of Eowyn is a birthing energy, kind of like the Empress card, but different because this comes from, like I said, purity of creation. So based on thought or what it is you want to bring into being, what you've already worked for. So, but here it is. It's being granted to you by the Fae realm, and they're saying, yeah, go ahead, go forward. We'll protect it. We'll help you nurture it, but it's so gorgeous. Just the card alone, I feel like it really does kind of explain that energy in terms of how you created. Creation comes from a type of confidence that is built in that some people have naturally and some people don't. And some people have to learn how to cultivate on that confidence. And once you do that, you're almost unstoppable. And those who are born with it, it almost seems like they are unstoppable, but that's not entirely true. We all know inevitably things will come to a halt, things will come to a quick stop. They will have to take a pause and a break. And in those moments, that's where you have to dig the deepest to find out what you're really made of in terms of gaining confidence, in terms of how you handle the self, how you deal with your creative flow. Because it's almost like, I always tell people research during Mercury retrograde. Here it's almost like you've done your research and now you're able to like act on these fluid ideas, which is kind of odd to me because normally I would tell people to hold off, but I guess it just kind of depends on several other factors. Like maybe it's a life path thing, or it could be astrology. So, the reason you're able to act forward on this, and also, you kind of do put Mercury in its place in terms of your ruler for sure. Definitely Jupiter puts Mercury in his place. So it's almost like Mercury really doesn't try to get the best of you this month because it almost seems like he knows better than to mess around with this beautiful process. So, because he knows it would be crossing a type of line. But it's strange that I say that because normally Mercury loves to cross lines and loves to, make a joke of us and make a scene. I'm always like, you joker. Like whenever something bad happens during a Mercury retrograde, I'm like, I know that was you, Mercury, like you freaking joker. Like I get a little annoyed because that saggy aspect of myself is like, really, dude, come on. Like, I've been working on this for blah, 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 blah. Sometimes like, yeah, like in terms of working with deities, yeah, like I'll real talk them because I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like it's funny when I say it to other people, but when I say it out loud, it's like this is how I have a relationship with them, and this is how I relate to them. I can only relate to them as me. And I kind of like, I'm like, bro, I get it. Like you want me to review this thing, but can you not right now? Like can I just review it later, like tonight? And then usually when I say that, like, but I really do have to go forward with reviewing it. Otherwise, the pummeling of, technical problems, car trouble just keeps going and going and going. So in terms of how it's worked before, and now that I've kind of come to a space where I'm like, okay, I get it. You want me to focus on this, but I have to focus my attention on this. Can I just do this later? And then it kind of has alleviated Mercury for me in terms of messing with what I am working on at present, unless it just keeps persisting. And then I'm like, fine, I'll do it now. Like, I get that kind of like intense Scorpio, Sagittarian of, oh my God, I'm so annoyed. Fine. I'll do it right now. And then when that happens, I actually end up having a type of breakthrough. So keep in mind, Sag, it's going to be like that this month. But the Fae blessings are going to help anchor down something. Now, I do see here, you do have a blessing of being understood. This is a card that I have pulled so many times, and I am just now finally able to interpret this card correctly in terms of explaining it. Because I've tried before, but most people, they either got it or they didn't. And this card kind of comes at a point in your life where you don't feel like you're in the in crowd. In fact, you feel the complete opposite. You feel outsider. You feel alone. You feel like you're an outliner. And the Fae are coming in to let you know that even though things may seem like you are on the outside looking in, the truth is the Fae understand you way better than your fellow man right now. And the thing is they're going to bring you a tribe of people who also get you. And also, this is the fun part because look, we have a fairy and a dragon, and Lucy Cavendish actually has a deck for the Dragon Fae, which I do have, which I have done readings with in the past in conjunction with this deck. And the thing is that the dragons and the Fae, and then the Dragon Fae, they all understand each other and their purpose. They all have roles, and their roles differ and may seem completely separate, but yet they all have certain things that end up tying into the earth and Gaia, and how it affects one area and how it can affect another, and how cooperation is needed. And at this time, Mercury retrograde kind of reveals to us, especially in Virgo, for you, where materially you're not aligning with other people and how that's affecting you in terms of your social life and stability. But just because you don't fit in there does not mean you do not belong. You may belong somewhere else. For example, like I was considering moving to France, still am actually. And when I started researching it, I was like, oh my God, I would do way better there. Like I have an underlying health condition that GMO food can exacerbate. And in the country I live in, nothing but GMO food. No wonder I'm always so sick, right? Like it's like things like that. Like, then it's like they don't use that there. Oh, I'd be way healthier. My doctors have been like, you got to lose the weight. Then I had the non-malignant tumor. Then we had to remove that. And so it was like, I started looking into this and I was like, oh my God, their work week is exactly the work week I work here. And people give me so much crap for that. But I would be full time there. Like, oh, wow. Like, it's like the more I did this research, the more I realized I was just born in the wrong country. And I really need to go to that country in order to have a much more balanced and semblance to life. And so that's what I'm currently working on. I'm only telling you guys this because I trust y'all. And the thing is, Sag, the beauty of it is once I started to truly embrace this, my life has changed for the better. But in the meantime, I still am like, okay, the minute I get there, I'm going to be way understood, way better that, than I am where I currently am. I feel as though there is this disconnect. And here, the fairies are going to be sending you people who you can connect with, who do understand you on a soul level, and also kind of give you a soul tribe, which I think is perfect for you, Sag. So that's kind of really all I have for you in terms of blessings this month for the Fae realm. Definitely check out my paid content, all of those readings. Like I said, the love and romance session, the what is it? The general read, the full moon read, the Mercury retrograde best practices. And also, like I said, if you want those 3 free minutes with me and you want to sign up with Keen and become a new customer, definitely email me down in the description box below. And I will send you the link for the pre-order list, okay? Other than that, I love you all so very much. I will talk to you later. Gots to go. Bye, guys.